Hello guys, as a forex trader, you must have been introduced or come across a simple strategy which is moving average crossover. But have you ever wondered which period is the best combination or which moving average method is the best? I mean, what's the best period for the fast moving average and what is the best period for the slow moving average? Should you use exponential moving average or simple moving average or linear weighted moving average? Worry less, guys. In this video, we are going to code a moving average crossover EA together, then optimize the EA to see the best period combination and the best method combination. It's all about having two moving average. For example, let's say we have 50 period moving average, and let's say this is green. Then we have 100 period moving average, and let's have this as red. When the green moving average is crossing above the red moving average, so meaning when the 50 moving average is crossing above the 100 period moving average, we will be buying. And when the 50 moving average or the fast moving average, also the lowest period, is crossing below the slow moving average or the higher period moving average, then we consider a sell. So this is a good one. You can also go through some YouTube videos on moving average so to understand what it is. So in a wrap, moving average strategy is all about having two moving average when the fast one, which is the one with the lower moving average number, is crossing above the one with the higher moving average number, then we consider a buy. And when the opposite is happening, we consider a sell. So let's quickly work on that. Then we optimize the period both for the fast and for the slow. Also, we optimize the method to see if the best moving average method to use is exponential or simple or linear weighted, or combination of exponential and linear weighted, or exponential and simple moving average. This is going to be fun. Let's get into it. First off, I'll create a new EA, then I'll call it moving average crossover, right? Then I'll clean this up. All right, so first thing first, we want the magic number, right, from the users. So I'll say magic number. Then we can use a fixed lot size. Right? Then what we'll be doing is we'll be opening when the crossover happens. Then we'll be closing when the opposite crossover happens. So there will be no need for us to get the take profit and stop loss in this case. So we can just go ahead and say trade comments. So we can say MA crossover EA. So yeah, I'll say this to be general setting. General settings. Yeah. I'll say this to be fast MA setting. So yeah, I'll be taking in the fast moving average setting. By default, let's leave it to be 5. So we'll be starting with 5 for the optimization, right? So we say fast MA period. Then, now, what should be the moving average method? So fast MA method. Here we can say, let's start with exponential. Let's leave it on exponential for the default. Then we say fast MA method. Now we are supposed to also have the apply price, but you know what? Let's use price close for the apply price. I think that's the best so far that I've seen. So there should be no need for that. So let's quickly go into the slower moving average. So we say slow MA settings. So slow MA, we can say slow MA period, whatever. So we can say 10. Slow MA period. Then we have this method. Yes, let's have this undo. So we can say fast. Then this, we can say slow. Then let's have this include file. So we can say include trade MQH. We also have this include from position info. So position info. Then this will be position info. You can say P info. Alright. So now let's set the magic number for all position or orders that is created by this EA. Then moving average. Then do this for the chart symbol. Then for the time frame, you know what? Let's have another setting for the time frame so that we get the best time frame to use a crossover. Else, you will be forced to optimize for 5 minutes, 1 minute, all the time frames. Instead of doing that, we can just have the time frame also in the setting so that we'll be able to optimize for the time frame as well. So we can say, time frame. So by default, it should be the current time frame. Then we can say time frame. We use it here. Then this will be the fast MA period, right? Then the shift to be 0 and the fast MA method, right? Now we can add code this to be the price close. Then the handle slow, right? Oops. For the chart symbol, then for the time frame specified, then this period, then this method, and this. We are good to go. I love having my main logic in a function, so I can say MA crossover, right? So I can have it like this. Then it is returning nothing. Now I can say trade index equals last position index. So I'll create this function that help me check if there is an existing position created by this EA for this chart. So how do I do that? I want to, whenever I see an existing position, I want to return the index of that position, and the index is in an integer form, right? So that is why I'll be returning an integer. It will be taking no argument. Then I'll look through all the positions, right, on the account. So I'll be starting from the last position or the latest position. Then I want to stop at the very first position or the earliest one. Then you know what, before we do this, so that you can understand better. So what I'll be doing is, after looking through in my loop, what I want to do is I want to select each position by the index, right? Then I want to be sure that this position selected, the symbol is equivalent to or equal to the chart symbol. Also, I want to be sure that the magic number of the position selected is equal to the magic number specified by the user. If those conditions are true, I want to return the index, meaning that, there is an existing position by this EA for this chart, right? Else, what I want to do is that I want to return -1, right? So now, whatever result this is getting, it will be assigning it to this trade index. So now I can say if this trade index is equal to -1, meaning if there is no open position, so I want to look for trade. That is what I'm trying to do. And in the case where there is an open position, maybe I want to close my trade, I can say close trade at opposite signal, right? So I can simply do that. So since I will be looking into the moving average values both year and year, I can simply have those moving average year. So I can say, I can just call this fast. So I can call this slow. So this is where I'll be inputting the buffers, the values of that buffer of the fast moving average and the slow moving average, which I'll be getting in few seconds. So I can say copy handle for the handle fast, right? Buffer is 0, start from 0, and I just want 5 of it. Then store it here. Also copy for the slow moving average, right? Yeah, and put it here. Then I want to set the array as series. I'll say true. Slow, true. Right? What I'll be doing now is for the buy case. So I can say buy. For the buy case, I'll say if the fast moving average, the previous candle's fast moving average value, if it is higher than the slow period moving average, but it was previously lower than it, right? So I want to buy. So I can simply say, okay, let me say buy, trade, buy. Then I'll be buying using the lot size specified. Then I'll be buying for this chart symbol. At what price? I don't need to define my ask price. I'll just specify 0 to automatically get my ask price. Then what is my stop loss? I'll say 0. Then I'll say 0. Then my comment should be this, which is specified by the user. And for the sell case, which is this. Oops. So I can say if. So this is the sell case, right? So I will say if the fast period moving average is currently lower than the slow moving average, right? But it was previously higher, right? So that means there's a crossover. Now, what I want to do is I want to say trade sell lot symbol 00. So I don't want to assign any stop loss to them, right? And I don't want to apply any take profits to them, simply because I want to close when an opposite signal occur. Well, you can add stop loss to yours, you can add take profit to yours, but the main objective of this is that we want to get the best moving average period combination and the method combination. So that is the main aim. So with that, we can then go after getting the right values, then we can go ahead to implement with maybe the stop loss and the take profit. Then we also optimize for that as well, at least. So like I said, the main objective is to get the fast period moving average and the slow period moving average value. So now, what we'll be doing next is that if this trade index is not -1, meaning there is an existing position, right? So what we want to do first is we want to select that position, right? So using the index, and of course the index is returned by the trade index, right? So now after getting that, if the position type of this last or this position is equal to a buy position, if it is a buy, right? Meanwhile, there is a sell crossover. And okay, before we do that, we can say if this fails, in the case where this fails, sending of the order fails, what we want to do is we want to say order send, so that we can debug the cause of the failure, right? So this will help in the case where there is a setup error. Maybe you are using the wrong lot size for a particular pair. For example, maybe you are on IC market and you are trying to trade US30. You are not trying to use fixed lot size of 0.01. It is going to tell you that, oh, this problem is invalid volume problem for this broker. And that is because a fixed lot size might work on a particular pair for a particular broker and might not work for another broker, because brokers have different specifications for different pairs. As a programmer, so we can't predict different problems that the user might encounter, which is why we must give room to log out the current issue they are facing, so that we can easily get the cause of the problem and then find a solution to it. So now we can simply copy this right? So what this is going to do is, if the position that's currently open is a buy case, there is a sell signal. So what I want to do is I want to close that position close using the ticket, right? So that is that. And in the case where the position type is a sell, meanwhile, there is a buy crossover. So what I want to do is I want to close the sell position, right? So I can say position close using the ticket, right? So it is as simple as that. So now I think we are good to go. So let me save and compile. Okay, we have an error here. Oh, we did not add this. Oh, let me save and compile again. All right, no more error. So let's quickly backtest this to see if it is working before we go ahead with the optimization. So I'll pop up my strategy tester. Now, in the case where you don't have a strategy tester like me, so you can go for view, then you can see strategy tester. All you need to do is click on it. And in the case where you have it collapsed like this, so all you need to do is double click on it. Then it will pop up. And sometimes you might need to expand it. Let's assume it has been expanded, but you did not know. So even if you are double clicking, it is maybe you're having this kind of issue. So what you can do after double clicking and you realize that, oh, it is already activated, it is not just showing. What you can do is you can try to increase it. So that is that. Then you go for visualize, right? Now let's quickly select our EA, which is this. So now let's backtest on gold. Then for this period, let's use 1000, right? In fact, let's use 500, right? So be sure you have this disabled. We are not yet there where we optimize, and we can start with whatever period that we want. So you know what, let me start with let's say 18 and maybe 50 period, whatever I want. Or let's say, okay, to have a faster result, let's say 9 and 18. Then we go for start. Now it has started. I'll remove this grid and I will zoom close so that you can see. Then I will increase the speed a little. Alright. So we are expecting a sell position because currently the fast moving average is above the slow moving average. So we are expecting the crossover to be the opposite, which is a sell position. Alright, so now we have a sell position because previously the fast moving average, which is the 9 moving average, was above the 18 moving average, right? But now it is now below the 18 moving average. You can see here. So that is why we have a sell position, and we are expecting this sell to get closed when there is a buy position. That happened here because now the fast moving average is back up, right? So now we are expecting this to close when there is a sell position, right? So we are expecting this to close when there is a sell signal, right? So let's see that in action. Alright, so that has happened. Then it happened again and so on. So that means we are good to go. So the next thing we need to do is we want to optimize. This is the fun part. Let's get the best fast moving average we should be using, right? So let's close this. So now let's go back to this setting, and I will be optimizing for gold, right? You can go ahead and optimize for whatever symbol or whatever pair instrument that you love trading on, right? Optimize for it. It is simply the same process. All you need to do is change the symbol here. So you can see I have the symbol. So if you are interested in Euro USD, you can go for minor, you can go for major, you can go for Euro USD. If you are interested in minor, you can go for minor, whatever pair class you wish to go for, right? You can even go for crypto. For me, I will be going for gold. Yes. And in case where you can't find the symbol that you wish to optimize here, so the problem is because that you do not have that symbol on your market watch. So you can simply come to your market watch. If in the case where you don't have your market watch, go for view, then market watch, then add the symbol here. After adding the symbol here, then it will automatically, show up here. And in the case where it still doesn't show up, all you need to do is restart your MetaTrader. Since you've added it on your market watch, it will automatically show up once you restart your MetaTrader. So let's go forward. So now we don't need to care about the time frame because we have option to change the time frame in the setting. So now for the period, I will be optimizing starting from 2022, right, till January 2026. So then I'll be using the deposit of $500, right, and leverage of 1 to 100. Then for the optimization, in case where you don't have this, all you need to do is raise this up a little. You can see. Then you go for, I'll go for fast genetic based algorithm. Then it's time for us to switch to the input tab. Under the input tab, what should we optimize for? We don't need to optimize for the magic number. So you know what? We can also leave the lot size alone. Then we need to optimize for the time frame. We need to get the best time frame to use this crossover on, right? So now we can simply check this. Then we can say, so start from the 1 minute time frame, then optimize till maybe you can say maybe 4 hours. So I realized that it has stopped optimizing, which I don't know why. So, but there are some results here. Judging from the lowest drawdown, which I sort, you can see I sort it from the lowest drawdown. Well, you know what? Let's take this lowest to the top, which is like this. So this is the lowest drawdown, and you can see. So it happened when we are on 12-minute time frame, right? And it used 46 period. So it is 46 period for the fast moving average. The method I was used was the simple MA. Then the slow moving average was 155 and it used linear weighted. And you can see the profit is pretty nice. Okay, judging from the starting balance, which is 500, you can see that, oh, it's nice. It's not bad. Over almost $3,000 profit using $500 as in starting capital, with drawdown was 15 on the 12-minute time frame, using the fast period moving average to be 46 and the slow moving average to be 155. And these are the method that was used. And you can see also this 153 also worked well with just a little bit of higher drawdown, and same thing for the method. So you can go ahead and check this out. Then I will provide link to the source code and the EA itself in the description. So be sure to check this out. And you can also backtest for whatever pair or instrument you are interested in. But trust me, it might take days. Just like mine has taken days and I'm still here to finalize. So I'll be stopping this now. And you can see it is making a lot of profit, just that the drawdown is not really smiling, right? So you can see 20% drawdown, and this, so I can expand this for you. And let me go slow so that you'll be able to visualize this and maybe check this out. You can see. You can see this is still 20%, 21%, I think I'll stop here because I don't want you to go lower than 21%, right? So, and if you are to judge from profit, let's see which one gives the highest profit. Okay, this one, drawdown of 43, that is a no-no. This one, which gave us 15.41. The profit is very nice, and I think this is the lowest drawdown. Let me see again. Wow, it is the lowest drawdown, and you can see. Automatically, we can conclude that this 46 period moving average and 155 is basically the best period moving average combination for crossover. So now, even if we are not able to finalize our optimization because I don't know why this is stopping, at least I'm able to tell you that, okay, for this little result, this is still the best. It gives the best results and at least the minimum drawdown on 12-minute time frame. So that means if you are on MetaTrader 4, you won't be able to get 12-minute time frame, right? So I'm sorry about that. Be sure to check the description to get the source code and the EA itself so that you can optimize on whatever instrument you want from your hand as well, right? I hope you've learned something. And if you like content like this, be sure to subscribe. If you have an indicator or EA you want me to code for the community, you can comment the video link in the description. I'll see you on the next one.